Hi, Kim here with Art Classes for Kids, and today I'm joined with Jet.
Hi.
Jet, what's going on? So if you didn't know, Jet is one of my twins. You're 10 years old now, and you love to paint. You paint a lot on your own, but he's gonna do a painting project with me today. And so I made up this painting, which is the Dripping Heart painting. And it was mostly inspired by the modern painter Morris Louis, who did a lot of paintings with simply drips, just drips on canvas. Sometimes he dripped it on the raw canvas and then stretched it over stretcher bars. But ours, this one here is a horizontal rectangle, but you don't have to do this shape. You can do any shape you want. You can do a square, you can do a vertical rectangle, whatever you'd like. So you wanna make this painting?
Yeah.
It's actually really easy. So I'm gonna take you through the steps, but first I'm gonna tell you all about what supplies you'll need. So let me set this down for a second. So the first thing you're gonna need will be either a canvas, show them your size. I've got a rectangle, Jed's got a square, or if you don't have a canvas at all at home, you can always paint on a poster board or even on paper, okay? But best to use this canvas. So the next thing we're gonna need is paint. Now in my classes I go through a ton of paint, so I only use these craft acrylic paints, but you can use any kind of acrylics, either the kinds in the tube or maybe you have some kind of a kit. So the next thing we're gonna need are brushes. And what size brushes are we gonna need, Jet?
Oh, we're gonna need like a really thin one.
Yep.
And a thick one.
And a thick one. So you need large and small. You're going to need a jar of water. You're going to need some paper towels to wipe with. And a pencil to draw with. And a paper plate to use as a palette. And we're gonna need some scissors. And lastly, we're gonna need some cardboard or some cardstock or something. We just cut up a cereal box and got some cardboard because we need to make some hearts. So the first step is going to be painting the background. Well, I like this transition where it fades from
pink to white.
Yeah, which is like fading from any color to a lighter color.
Yeah.
And to get that, which also a lot of people call ombre, but what we're going to do is pick our main color. So what is the color that you want to choose for your background? Go for it. Okay. And I think I will choose, so there's like a fluorescent orange. Do you like that?
I can go with blue.
You're going with blue? Okay, I'm going with a light color because my other colors will show up great. Okay, you're going with a dark color? Mm-hmm. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're going to take this. Oh, before we start, Jet, what can they do when they follow along at home?
Oh, that's right. We could pause the video in case if we go too fast for you.
Yeah, so remember, anytime you want to push that pause button, go right ahead and catch back up when you're ready. So I'm going to take my paint, and you're going to take your paint, and you're going to squirt some across the top of the canvas, maybe 3 or 4 lines of paint. And just good, don't go too low. Okay.
Okay.
Then I'm going to remove these paints. And next what we're going to do is take our big brush. Take your big brush and you're gonna paint side to side along, across the top of your canvas. Now you wanna go all the way to the edge. Don't stop before the edge, but if you do, like I just showed you, then you just go back over it and then continue back across it. So once you get about 1/3 of the way down your canvas with that paint, then what I want you to do, only go 1/3 of the way. Well, you gotta go a little lower because you squirted your paint all the way down. Then I'm gonna wipe out my brush. So next what you're gonna do after that is you're going to rinse out your brush in your water. And now you're going to go to the bottom, keep the water in it. So you're gonna go to the bottom of your color and rub it because it's still wet. And then you're gonna go side to side.
Side to side.
Until it fades. Now mine, I think I didn't go far enough. And Jet, yours you went pretty far. So let me show you the 2 things you can do if you're in this situation. I'm gonna show on yours first, Jet. Go ahead and take your paintbrush and set it in the water. Now you're gonna take a paper towel This is if you think you went too far with that background color, where you want it to fade gradually. Then I take this and I start wiping off some of the darkest area in the middle. If I can get some of this to wipe off, then I can make it fade more gradually. So I'm not gonna wipe it off the top, but I'm gonna wipe it here, take a little bit off, and now I'm going to go back to the watery paintbrush and go back and forth so that it fades more. So it goes here, and see how it gets darker on top? Then I can take this and I can wash this. I'm gonna like wipe it off by washing it with this paintbrush. Then I'm gonna take another paper towel, like so, and then I can wipe it. So see how I've got dark, a little lighter, and then a lot lighter?
Oh, I get it now.
Okay, so now once I get it here, now I can let me just wash the edge of that. So by me wiping it, while it's still wet, I still have the ability to wash it off. Now on mine, what I did was I didn't go far enough. So I want mine to be more orange than just the very top third. So I'm gonna add a little bit more of this orange to it. So I'm adding the orange, I'm going back with my brush, and it's a little bit wetter. And now I'm gonna go down about that far. Wipe it out. And see, it's a lot thinner and wetter, and I'm going to just fade it out with water. So then I go like this, then I'm thinking, I can make it even smoother by folding up my paper towel and rubbing it in. Now you're going to need to wait for this background to dry, or you can blow dry it. So while we're waiting for this to dry, we're gonna set it aside. So set it aside over there. Next, we need to make a heart stencil, okay? So we're gonna take our cardboard, little square.
These colors.
Yeah, and these are just a cereal box that I cut up because it's a perfect thickness. So I'm gonna fold it in half. You might not get it perfect, but that doesn't matter. If one side's bigger than the other, just go ahead and cut it even and get rid of the extra. Okay, so now take your pencil and you're gonna take your pencil and somewhere towards the top, touching the fold, my fold's on the left, I'm gonna touch it and make the biggest rainbow shape I can make.
Rainbow curve.
You're gonna go from the rainbow to the lowest point of the folded side. And you're gonna go all the way to there. Now you can have a straight heart or you can have a puffier heart by making it curvy. You decide which style you like. Okay, then you're gonna take your scissors, you're gonna cut on the line. And remember, if you wanna have a lot of control when you make a curve cut, open up your scissors a lot and concentrate on the part of the scissors closest to the screw. Nice. So push away all your scraps. Now you can have one heart or you can have two hearts. You can have two different shapes. So I'm gonna do a smaller heart. I'm gonna have a big heart and a small heart.
Nice heart.
Got two different sizes. I'm trying for a third just to see if I can get one and size in between. So I've got 3 different size hearts now. And now I'm gonna get my canvas back. So my canvas is right here. Jet, you can bring your canvas back. Okay, bring that here.
Seems dry.
It's looking pretty good. You can tell if your paint's dry. If it looks shiny in some spots, that's probably the wet spots. So, here you go. So now you're gonna take your heart and you can find a place anywhere you want it. I'm gonna start my heart here and I'm gonna trace around it.
Trace.
And lift it up. So I've got my first heart. You can have as many hearts as you want. Now after I get a bunch of hearts and I want to have some room in the background, I can make hearts go behind other hearts. Do you guys know how to do that? If you don't, I'm going to show you. So you can take your heart stencil and you cross over another one when you lay it down. But when you draw it, you don't draw where you cross over it. You start at the edge of the other heart and you end at the edge of that heart so that you don't have that going through. So you can do a few of those. So the next step is that we are going to paint every single heart a solid color. So you can have as many colors as you want, or you can have a color scheme. Maybe I'm doing my entire thing in orange and red and pink. Or maybe I'm doing it in every color of the rainbow. Okay, so let's get painting.
Yeah, let's paint.
Yeah. So just take your paintbrush, and here is what I think is the easiest way to get these background heart colors, is that you're gonna take your paintbrush and you're gonna inline.
Inline?
That means you're gonna make a line of paint just inside of your pencil line. And then it's so easy to fill it in afterwards. Once you have that technique, just go for it. And once you have all your hearts painted solid colors, that is the background for each heart before we add the top color that's gonna fade off of it and drip. So let me show you how to fade and drip.
Fade and drip.
You're gonna pick some more colors, and you wanna pick colors that you haven't used yet. So pick 4 colors you haven't used yet. Okay, so now we're still using the small brush. Go to your driest heart, okay? And make sure your sleeves stay up. All the way up, roll up, okay. So what I'm gonna do is take my brush, get some water, and I'm going to see, this is one of my driest, oh, this one's totally dry. This baby one's dry, so watch me do this one. I'm gonna take a color, and I'm gonna paint the top of it. I'm gonna take the green, and I'm gonna, watch this, I'm gonna curve like a rainbow, curve like a rainbow, and fill it in about halfway across. Then, keep watching, then I'm gonna take some water, and I'm gonna add it to the bottom half of my heart. Well, the bottom half of my heart, I'm gonna add water to. Then I'm gonna take some green again, give it an extra coat, and put a little green water at the bottom. Oops, I just dripped all my painting, but that's okay. And then I take that, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tap it and drip it. It's like that. Lay it back down. Let me show you that one more time. Okay, I'll do one that's high. So now I'm gonna pick red, and I'm gonna paint the top half of my heart red. So it's kind of like I make 2 rainbow curves, and I paint in the top half. But I want it to fade. So now I need to take some water and rub water at the bottom edge of my color that I just painted, which was red. And then I'm gonna paint that whole heart with water. And then I'm gonna come blot it around, make sure this fades into the next color. And then I'm going to pick it up and I'm gonna drip it. So it just drips just like that. Oh, I got 2 drips out of that one. Look, I got a bonus drip, okay? So let that one go, and you do it to all of them, and this is the fun part. So let's go, let's paint and drip.
Drip.
Ta-da! Good job. So we'd love to see how yours turned out. So what should they do if we want to see how theirs turned out?
You should like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and comment of what you thought of this video.
Yeah, and also take a picture of yours and show us how it turned out by tagging it with Art Classes for Kids. And you know, subscribing will help you get more videos because we've got all kinds of other cool projects.
Yep.
So, yeah, and then just keep on making cool art.